Hi, guys, welcome to the Onwards and Upwards podcast with Shivani. I am so glad that you chose to tune in. Today's episode is a very special one because we have our very first guest on the show. It's Pankti Shah. She's an amazing yoga and meditation trainer. We were originally planning to keep this episode short, not more than 30 minutes, but then we got to talking and somehow the conversation just couldn't end. So, thank you again for tuning in and hope you enjoy the show. So, hi Pankti, welcome to the Onwards and Upwards podcast. You are like the very
Hi.
first guest on this podcast.
Yay.
Yes. I hope everyone back at home is safe and sound. Difficult times out there.
Yes, yes, everyone's great. I hope you're doing great. And I love the content that you're putting out. Much
Yeah,
needed
same
in
here.
such
I
time.
love your content too. It's like your stories just make me feel so warm and safe all the time. It's really nice. And to see your posts, like, they are so beautiful. Like, you travel to places. I want to solo travel someday. So, yeah,
You
absolutely.
will. And push you to do.
Yes, hopefully. Okay. So, I wanted to start off with we both have our degrees, like we went to same college, we both have our degrees in communications. So what
Correct.
exactly brought you to meditation and yoga, and how has your life changed since you started practicing, yoga and meditation?
Okay, so I started yoga out of the blue last year in the month of April when we
Okay.
were in. I was scrolling Pinterest and I was seeing all these people doing yoga, and I was like, okay, you know what? Let's try. And then I took up this 21-day challenge where I did yoga every day. And then I
Oh,
think it became a part of my life. And more than anything, I was also working. And working during the lockdown was very crazy. But I realized that when I started doing yoga, I did meditation much later. But yoga, when
okay.
I started yoga in the morning. I do it for like an hour or like half an hour to begin with. It made me very calm throughout the day.
Hmm. Hmm.
Like
Hmm.
earlier, I would get very agitated, like, "Arey, what is this?" But then I was like, "Oh, it is what it is." You know,
Yeah, yeah.
like it just loosens your body, reduces all the tension, and I don't know, it's magical. And after that meditation, I did this inner engineering program by Sadhguru for 7 days, and we
Okay.
used to meditate 90 minutes
Oh,
and he would
nice.
tell us and then he would guide us, and it was a very difficult but fun experience because sitting 90 minutes in one place was tough, but it was amazing. Like day one was tough, day seven was a little easier.
Huh.
So
I guess with
yeah,
meditation and yoga, I guess as you practice it, it gets
correct.
better. In the beginning, it's very common to feel restless. I couldn't sit down for like a minute also in the beginning, even though I was using apps like Headspace back then. But now I can easily meditate up to an hour or so. But then I have days where I can, meditate for up to an hour. And then there are days where in 5 minutes I feel like, oh no, I'm done with this. I don't feel like doing any more of
That's
it.
fine.
So yeah,
That's
yeah, yeah.
fine.
Yeah.
No, I did a short course in the month of June on yoga, and then I just felt like I felt the change. I could feel I'm like this person who's very excited. Like the people who know me as this mad
I
person.
know that. Like,
Yes,
whatever I've seen of you, you have this mad energy that you always bring in, which I absolutely adore and love. But yeah.
no, but that energy was so hyper and so crazy. I still have that. I still have that madness in me, but now I'm much more calm. Like earlier, I would be like, "Oh yeah, let's do this, let's do that, let's do this, let's." Today, it's let's do this, let's do that. But you try to understand what you are doing. The
Yeah.
response is much more calm, and you try to understand and take in stuff more easily rather than being like, "Arey, arey, what." And more
Yeah.
than anything, as humans, whenever you do something new, the first thought that comes to your mind is like, you make a list of all things that can go wrong. ये क्या होगा if I go here, यहाँ ऐसा होगा, मैं kidnap हो जाऊंगी, ये होगा,
Overthinking
वो होगा, ये
everything.
होगा, right?
Totally. Yeah,
Like
yeah, yeah.
we make a list. We, our parents, everyone, they're like, बेटा यहाँ मत जाना, ये मत करना, ये मत खाना, ये. But we never think about all the good things that can happen, everything that can go right,
Yes,
right?
yes.
So with yoga and meditation, I think when work got really stressful and it was crazy, I think it allowed me to be in a space like it was my space, and
Centered you a
I
little.
Yeah, like we used to work 14 hours a day. Like we'd start at 10 in the morning, go on till like 10, 11, 12 in the night. I would make it a point to sit at least for an hour by myself, doing nothing, just focusing on my breathing. Like breathing happens naturally, but just focusing on your breathing, it calms you, it relaxes you on another level.
Totally. And then helps you focus in the present moment, right? Because that is so important. You're constantly like either thinking about the past or something that's coming up in the future, and you're always stuck up, you know. I feel breathing is one of the best ways to like connect with the present moment and to just calm down.
With meditation, what you learn is that you learn to accept the thoughts. That is what meditation is all about. You need to accept whatever thoughts come to you. The more you want to fight it, the more toxic it's going to get. Like I know a lot of people who come to me, they're like, okay, Pankti, you know, we keep thinking about negative things. Pura din jata hai. We're only thinking about all these bad things, especially during COVID, because people are so like anxious all the time. But I think once you allow these thoughts to come, once you accept them, let them be, and then it's very easy to let go. The more it will be like, no, I don't want this thought, I don't want this thought. It'll keep coming.
Yeah,
So
totally.
It's just a thing of acceptance and allowing ourselves to feel and let go. Because at the end of the day, it's our mind. I can command my mind to do whatever.
Exactly.
Right?
Exactly. I mean, one of the biggest lessons that meditation has taught me is the fact that every thought is very temporary. Like, it's very difficult to notice that when you're caught in the everyday hustle and bustle of life, but when you sit just with your thoughts, only to observe your thoughts, you realize that, you know, like one moment I'm feeling very happy, the next moment I'm thinking of some embarrassing memory, the next moment I'm feeling hungry and I'm thinking about dinner mein kya hai, like that, you know. And then you realize that no train of thought is stationed in your mind forever. It's always going to, you know, move, and something new, some new thought is always going to take up that space. And which I feel is very important to remember during tough times, and we forget to like remember that. So meditation taught me that. I have never tried yoga though. Maybe I should join some of your yoga sessions. I've never tried yoga for some reason. Yeah, I just feel like when the idea of for me like working out, because yoga is considered as a form of workout here, is like, you know, dancing or running or something of that sort, like, you know, very high speed and full of Vaise type cuts. So I've never tried yoga, but now that you're telling me that it's so calming,
I'll tell you, I believe in the same thing like you said, like dancing or like singing my lungs out. Like I sing horribly, but I love singing. Like, you know, if I'm sad and I sing anything, you feel so calm because you're yelling and you're removing all the toxins from your body.
Totally.
And I love dance. I used to teach dance at one point in my life. So I know how crazy the energy is and you love it, and like, the music, the beats, steps, and it's crazy. But when you start doing yoga, it's a very different ballgame altogether. It's like, oh, I'm focusing on my body one part at a time, and it's just doing magic, you know. It's like you're breathing.
Yeah.
You're breathing, every body part of yours is moving in a certain way, and there are benefits as to why certain asanas work the way they do. Like for relaxation, there might be a couple of asanas, maybe for relieving your headache or to release stress and anxiety. And there are different levels of asanas, 1 to 5. There are easy, middle, and tough. You know, so I have challenged my students. I give them tough asanas randomly, or I'll give them easy.
Nice.
But I think it's very important to make people understand that yoga is not, oh, Babas do yoga, or hippies do yoga, or people sitting on the Himalayas do yoga. Anybody can do yoga and meditation. Because I think we've grown up seeing Ramdev Baba on TV, or like other Babas and all these other people. I think we feel that it is for older people. We feel yoga is not for young people. Yoga is not just breathing, asanas, pranayam, and doing all of that. It's a lifestyle, which a lot of people don't know and don't realize. And it is something that I'm trying to do through my workshops, is make it interesting for them. Because people who are doing yoga for the first time, they're like, oh, we've never done yoga, can we join? I said, please do. That's exactly why you should join.
Yeah.
And now after 5 days, I have people like, oh, this is not what we thought yoga was. I think it's just a way how you put it out and how you allow yourself to take it. It's beautiful. And I feel like people can work out, like go to the gym, do this, do that, great. You will remove all your stress and frustration, nikal doge, wo sab karoge. But your inner work here will happen only through yoga and meditation.
Yeah.
Because when I'm lifting weights and all of that, I'm focusing on that. I'm focusing on the music. So mentally, I'm still thinking. My heart is racing very fast. But when I'm meditating, my heart rate is very calm, very low, very good. And I'm focusing on my breath, which is making everything much more better.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
That's really awesome. I mean, I'm definitely going to give yoga a shot now, like after listening to all of this. We kind of touched on this a little, but what exactly does meditation mean to you?
Oh, so it's very simple. Okay? Meditation means focusing on one single thing. Okay? It's like you focus on one thing with the aim to bring in peace, calmness, awareness, and insight. It's more like you're venturing into your mind and you're getting to know yourself. And you learn how to direct your mind in a certain direction. So by one single thing, focusing on one single thing, I mean is that you can take any small thing. It can be either your breathing. Breathing is the easiest to start. Even Buddha tells people, or like he always tells that breathing should always start with, especially if you're new to meditation, right? You can either just focus on your breathing. You can also keep chanting one word. It can be anything. It can be love. It can be someone's name, who means something. Maybe your mom or your dad or a sibling, whoever you love, or just makes you feel calm and peaceful. It can be a visualization as well, right? You can imagine yourself in a place. You can visualize, like suppose if right now I want to go to the beach, like at night, sit under the moonlight and the waves and all. I've been to a beach. I know how it looks. All I need to do is shut my eyes and visualize and be there. So meditation is very simple. It's just trying to focus on one single thing. And like, a lot of people, in order to feel calm,
what should one expect out of a meditation? Like, like a lot of people, hamare generation ke people, I have seen a lot of people into yoga, but then a very few people actually meditate. Like I knew very few people who actually meditate and can sit for some time, and they would rather scroll through Instagram. Nothing against that. I keep doing that as well. But then why meditate?
I can tell you why one should meditate, and I will. But I will also ask everybody who's listening to this or watching this that today, whatever you're feeling, keep that with you. Take 5 minutes and just sit in a corner, in a peaceful corner, and just focus on your breathing. Close your eyes, sit in like Sukhasana with your back straight, and just breathe in and breathe out. Do it at least for 2 minutes or 3 minutes. You will automatically see the difference as to why one meditates or why one should meditate. Now, why one should meditate, or how you feel, is that you come to meditation with all your problems, but once you're here, you realize nothing of it matters.
Exactly.
Like none of it matters. What is it? If something is bothering you, what can you do about it in this moment? Can you do anything? You can't. Great. Let it go. Can you do something about it? Great. You can, right? So let it go now. You can do something. So why are you worrying so much? So it's just coming to a place and letting everything go.
That's a beautiful answer. I absolutely loved it. Which is why I keep insisting people ke karo, you will feel so much at ease and so much at peace. Like all of these things would stop bothering you as much as they do. Like I see people fussing over little things, like chotu things that did not work out for them, and I'm like, calm down. Like do something about it. It's just a thought, and you can actually change that. Like at least try to change that.
That's
I guess
exactly why
meditation.
people should meditate.
Yeah,
Yes, because what happens is right now we're stuck in our houses, especially. Everyone's constantly nagging about the smallest of the things. Like,
yeah,
अरे मेरा पैर था कहाँ गया? My bed sheet was folded. Why is it not folded now? You know, like the most stupid things. Everyone's like very quickly people are
focused
getting
on.
affected. And when you
Yeah.
meditate, when you meditate, when you focus, you might feel everything, but your response will be very different. Like if today someone keeps
Hmm.
nagging or something, like, हाँ ठीक है, मतलब this is who they are. Of course, I can tell them to meditate. I can tell them, or either I can react and be like, listen, stop it, or I can just be like, okay, you know what? It's fine. What is your
Yeah.
issue? Your issue. Okay, how can you solve it? हो गया. Abhi relax. So it's very simple. I think you just have to focus on one single thing, and you'll
Exactly. Yeah.
be
Yeah. Yes.
literally be winning. I have one thing that when someone is new to meditation, okay, there are three types of meditations people can do. Okay, one
Hmm.
is the breathing, one is visualization, and one is mindful meditation. Okay, so breathing is basically just focusing on your breath. Okay, breathe in and breathe out. Breathe in and deep breaths in and deep breaths out, and that's it. Second is visualization, like I already mentioned. You can picture yourself, you're on a beach or in a forest, yahan, wahan. And when you start meditating, it's very important to find like a safe space, a quiet space where you can just sit and meditate. And once you master that, then you can literally sit in the middle of Mumbai ka streets and meditate as well. It will not affect you because you will reach that level. And the third one, mindful meditation is something where you focus on every part of your body, okay?
Hmm.
And like I'll start with my toes, I'll start with my ankles, I'll start with my legs, then my hands, my body, my chest, my head. So maybe like when I come till my forehead, like it's always frowned, maybe I'll relax. My jaws are clenched, I'll unclench
Hmm.
them.
Hmm.
So you focus
Hmm.
on every part of your body. Sometimes you don't realize, but your hands are always like in fists and oh, but you just
Especially the
need to
jaws,
like
always clenched for some reason.
the jaw. And people are always
Yeah.
like, I'm like, Mathik, to chicken hatao, chicken hatao. So that. And I think everybody who comes to meditation, they're like, oh, you know what? Nobody has patience. Again,
Hmm.
meditation will
Hmm.
teach you
Hmm.
that patience. Why? Because when you start, do it for 2 to 5 minutes or 5 to 10 minutes. That is it. You don't have to be like, oh, I'm going to do meditation today, sit for 20 minutes, and I'm going to become a sant. It will not work like that. Okay? It's like a habit. It's like how Aristotle
Yeah.
says, like what we do repeatedly. And excellence then is not an act, but a habit,
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
right? So it's like, why do I wake up every day and I brush? Why do I sleep before sleep? Why do I brush? Because that's a habit that I have formed, right? And if 10 minutes of my day, if I can't give myself, then you really need to question your lifestyle.
Exactly.
10 minutes
Exactly.
is all you need in your day. And if you will be scrolling on Instagram without knowing for 4 5 hours.
True
But 10
that.
minutes if you sit with yourself.
And
And
that has such
it's very
drastic
easy
positive
because
effect on you. Just 10 minutes. You
very,
just,
very.
yeah, it's just amazing.
It's
Yeah.
beautiful. And you can just go to YouTube, you can go to Spotify, and there are a lot of chanting and mantras and everything available. Like you can just sit in one place for like 10 minutes and chant Om
Hmm.
108 times.
Hmm.
Om is the sound of the universe. So when you're going to chant Om, everything in the universe is going to like come together and unite. So I think it's very important to just make that time for yourself. And people say, I don't have the time. I'm like 24 hours, you don't have 10 minutes for
10 minutes.
yourself. You're failing in life.
Exactly.
It's your life. Like, who are you giving all this time of yours to? Like, if you're working for somebody else, you're putting all your energy for them. Take out time for yourself. 10 minutes is all I am asking. Like, I am asking you,
Yeah.
please take out 10 minutes for yourself. Because it's very important. Yeah, it's very important.
Very important. I know. Okay. So we did touch upon, the three types of meditation that would be best for beginners. Amongst those three that you mentioned, which one again would you say would be the best one that you would recommend to a beginner?
The best one I would recommend is breathing,
Breathing.
because it's something that is the most easiest. You just sit and focus on your breath. See, it's very
Hmm.
simple. Your mind is very stupid that way. Okay, you can trick your mind.
Yeah.
You can it's stupid. Yeah. So you just on your breath. You are focusing on one thing. So it's why your mind will not want to focus on something else. It is not itna zyada, you know, multitasking in life. So focus on your breath. If thoughts come, let them come, because I always say this, that your heart is meant to beat,
Hmm.
right? Same way your mind is meant to think.
The thing.
You
Yeah.
can't make your mind stop. So when
Hmm.
people say that, oh, meditation is being thoughtless, having no thoughts, it will not come like that. You have to have years of meditation practice and all of that to reach that level, which will not come like in 1 year or 2 years. People are meditating for 20, 25, 30 years. They somehow can maybe manage having no thoughts. But if
Hmm.
today
Hmm.
somebody who's meditated for 1 year, I have no thoughts only, it's not logical,
Yeah.
because
Yeah.
your mind is meant to think. And meditation does not mean ki you don't have to have thoughts. It's understanding how to take those thoughts in a certain way.
Hmm.
It's
Hmm.
accepting those thoughts. It's feeling those thoughts. Like today, if I'm very angry, but if I'm meditating, my response will be much more different than a normal person who's angry. Like if someone's angry, they'll be like, "Oh my god, just get lost." If I'm angry, I'll be like, "Okay, never mind." You
Yeah.
know,
Sit down actually to meditate, and you might just think, why exactly are you angry? And then you might realize that it's for a very silly reason, and you don't really have to. When you're angry, nobody else is getting affected. It's you and your mind that is getting affected. So you just sit and you realize that it's just not worth your time. Any emotion that doesn't make you feel good, it's not like you don't feel them if if they are coming, but then also realize that dwelling on them is not doing good to you on any level. And meditation, I feel, helps you see that on a huge level. So that.
correct. I feel that it's very important to experience and feel every emotion. So because maybe for you and I, we both put a lot of positive content out there.
Hmm.
This new thing called positive toxicity has come up,
Toxic
which is
positivity,
very
yeah,
true.
yeah.
True, but what I believe is that someone said, "How can you always be positive?" But being positive and being happy are very different things. Being
Hmm.
positive is a mindset. Okay? It's that everything is going to be okay. I can
Yeah.
be sad, I can be anxious, I can be angry, I can be happy, I can feel joy, I can feel everything, you know. But positivity is a mindset. It's not like, oh, you're such a positive person, you're always this only, सब कुछ अच्छा ही हो रहा है तुम्हारे life में. नहीं. It's the whole idea that things will get better. I see a lot of posts about people putting things like, oh, it's okay to not be positive today, just be negative. But what I feel is that we are surrounded and made out of vibrations and energies. Okay?
Exactly.
The more we allow negativity or like these negative emotions and thoughts to stay in our body for longer, the more we are creating a space where all bad things can get attracted. Like right now in our country, there is so much bad happening, and
Yeah.
more than positive content or like content where people feel like the feel good content, there is only hatred and questions to the government and this and that, which
Just
is of course
dreading opening Instagram these days. Like, and
exactly.
some people's stories also, like, put. That is what I'm doing. Like, next. It's not like I don't want to be aware of these things. It's just that they affect
What
me
is going
so.
to happen? Yeah, what
Exactly. Yeah.
story? Are they going to come and fix your issue? Because there is so much of negativity in our air right now that people can feel it, and which is why
Hmm.
I feel our virus is literally doubling and tripling the mutations. It's because it
Yeah.
gets
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
to like build on, so I just feel that it's okay to feel bad and everything, but just have a positive mindset that things will get better, and they always do. Like till today, if for example you and I were 22, in our 22 years of life, whatever bad has happened, we've always come out of it.
Yeah.
You might have hit rock bottom. I have hit rock bottom in my life and I've come out of it. Because it's just allowing yourself. Allow yourself to feel. When you are more accepting of yourself the way you are, it's much more easier. And I think meditation allows you to understand who you are, why you feel certain things, what triggers you. Right? Like you rightly said, when you're angry, think, why does it make you angry?
Yeah.
Is it because it's not going your way? But why should it go your way? You know, everything can't go your way. You are a different person, that person's a different person.
Yeah.
It's like you want something to go in a certain way, you need to understand if the other person wants it to go in a different way. Are you willing to change? No. Why should the other person change?
Yeah, exactly.
It's like expectations start coming up. And with meditation, everything is silenced.
Exactly. It
So it
triggers
is
so much of self-growth and compassion. You just look at people and you just,
correct.
on some level, can just understand why they are behaving the way they are behaving. And you can just be like, I get you. Okay, I get you. So what you're doing is not really affecting me. It's fine.
Recently, like last week, I put up this one post that supported the government. Kind of, it said that the government
I
has done a
remember.
couple of things for us
Yeah.
and not been useless completely. And I put a long post saying, as much as the government is to blame, it's also the people who are to be blamed. It's not just them. And I had
Taali
like
ek
so
haath se
many
nahi
hate
bajti.
messages. And so many hate messages. And this
Of course.
one person wrote like this thesis, Mahabharat दिख के भेजा मुझे. And itna offend ho gaya, he made posts and all of that and he did it and all. I said, no issues. Because when I read all his comment, like everything, I realized that he's so angry right now. And whatever I have read, if he would have read it with an intent to understand, he would have not reacted this way. This is just, he read one or two lines and usko trigger ho gaya, he's blasted. So I told him one thing. I said, see, bro, my intention is not to hurt you or like say that, it's the people who are wrong and just be positive. Bullshit. My point here is that if you would have read my post, you would have understood what I'm trying to say. But by doing what you've done, you've literally proved what I was trying to say. And I said, please be home, please be safe, and a smiley face. After which, after half an hour, he was like, he calmed down, maybe he read it again, and then he's like, okay, I'm sorry, I overreacted. Now, once this dude calmed down, I sent 7 voice notes explaining to him what I'm trying to say and in a very calm way because we don't have to lose our mind.
Exactly.
When I wrote the post, I knew from where I was coming from and what I was trying to say. And my point is that we cannot fight amongst each other or be like, tum ye ho, tum wo ho. Like, I am not saying anything. Like, it's okay to feel everything. But your response, the way you respond, the way things trigger, you really need to work on that. Otherwise, it's going to be a tough scene. Maybe 2 years from now, the world will not exist. You might be working in an office space, and if everything in the office space is triggering you, it will not be a good space to be in.
You will always not have something external to blame on the negativity that you have inside you. Like, not negativity as such, but all the anger and, all of these low vibrational energies that are inside. You always won't have something external to blame it on. You need to work upon yourself and face them yourself to understand where exactly it is coming from. I don't understand how you can hate so much, like the internet hate and all of that. I just don't understand the basis of that. How can you be so mean to others? And how can you always be ready for a fight? And,
I think
it's okay if you have a different
I think it also
opinion.
comes from, for sure. I think everybody has opinions and it's very important to learn to respect them. But also when you try to understand where a person is coming from, you'll realize that they are the way they are from where they come. Maybe they've had episodes in their life or their background stories are very different. Which is why when certain people reacted the way they did, first I tried to understand who these people are. So I went to their Instagram, I started scrolling their posts, comments, what kind of content they post or what stories they put. Once you understand कि ये ऐसा ही है, ऐसी है, it's not you're judging them, but you know why they are coming, to you in that certain way. And then you realize, and see, never take anything personally. Nobody यहाँ कोई किसी का सगा नहीं है, So like, don't take what people are saying so personally.
Yeah.
It's you at the end of the day with yourself. It's literally that simple. And start meditating, you will also realize the most beautiful part. We are not our mind and we are not our body.
Right, right.
Of course, this sounds very alienish right now. People will be like, are you mad? What are we? But I think this answer will be answered to everybody who wants to try it.
Yeah, it's
So,
something way bigger than that, like
true.
how can something that is so fleeting, like a thought, and something so temporary, like a body is so mortal, be the whole basis of our entire existence? Like something's
Correct.
all like definitely bigger than that, and meditation is like a window to exploring that.
It's to go out and just fly. It's like um, a lot of people don't believe in energies or frequencies or vibes. When I tell them that, I can understand, I can feel a vibe just by talking
Hmm.
to someone, by listening to
Hmm.
the way they text. And people are like, Arey, what is this? How do you know when you're mad or what? You should meet us and this and that. And I said, see, I think I've reached a point in my life by just having a conversation, by seeing the way you text, also, I know how genuine the person is,
Yeah.
or the vibe, you know. Like if I meet someone in person, their vibe, their aura, the way they are, the way they present themselves, or they're just the way they talk, how comfortable they are, how naturally
Yeah,
they,
yeah,
they
yeah, yeah.
you understand. And it's, of course, some people are extroverts, introverts. That's a different thing. But a vibe is a very, very different thing.
Different thing, totally.
Also, one more thing. While you were talking about negative emotions or feeling sad and all,
Hmm.
I always tell everybody who comes to my workshops that crying is the best way to remove all the anxiety and stress and everything. It is
Amazing
important,
compliment.
and there is nothing to feel ashamed.
Yes, I agree.
Yeah, like while doing yoga, also people cry. While meditating, people shed tears, and
Hmm. Hmm.
it is very important because there is so much built inside you. Emotions come out, and when you cry, once you stop crying, your heart rate comes back to normal. All the negativity, all जो भूसा भरा था, सब निकल जाता है. The more we store it, and if people tell me that we can't cry, nahi aate aasu, main mard hu and all. I'm
Oh
like, listen,
God.
just watch a Senki movie or something like that. I said, तुम मर्द हो, तुम रोते नहीं हो. I feel bad for you. Like,
That
just
is
cry, dude. No one's judging.
actually, this
Gosh,
reminds me of a little experiment that I had seen. There is a polar bear, ठीक है, in the Atlantic or whatever, and the scientists who wanted to like study it, literally like वो बांध से they put up, like put it under anesthesia or whatever, and then they studied it or whatever. It was very traumatic for the polar bear.
oh,
So after it came back to consciousness or whatever, for a minute or two, it was just shaking, 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 shaking. It was literally, you know, getting rid of that experience, what, all the trauma by shaking off his
the ten.
body. Yeah, yeah. So the idea is that our body actually stores all the uh, emotions that we are suppressing,
Very true.
you know.
Very,
So it's
yeah.
through these physical activities, whatever makes you happy, you know, you can actually get rid of these uh, suppressed emotions that are stored in your body. So usually the first thing that I do in the morning after waking up is just do a little bit of hip dance kind of
Stored
thing.
energy.
Yeah,
Yeah.
so that
It's,
there if there is something
yeah,
residual left, I just get rid of that. It's so important,
correct.
which
So
is
I think
why I'm
it's
so big.
stretching.
At least go for a walk or something because you need to do that. Your
Correct.
body needs that.
It's very important. I think even if you just wake up and stretch for like 2 minutes, or
Exactly.
again yoga. I just mentioned this last week, in one of my sessions, that why there's so much of stress and anxiety in our body. Like, there's so much of work pressure and all the 10,000 factors that are there. All this energy gets stored in your body, which is
Hmm.
why if you go
Hmm.
to a massage parlor and get a massage, you'll realize the masseuse will be like, यार बहुत tension है तुम्हारे गले
Tension
में,
hai.
क्या हो गया, stress
Exactly.
get stored in your neck, back, and shoulders, and which is why when you get a massage, all these points are like loosened up, and all the tension is relieved. Which is why you're
Relieved.
like, हाँ, अच्छा लग रहा है.
Our
Otherwise, you
mind
feel so.
and
Yeah,
exactly our mind and bodies are connected on such, intrinsic levels, we don't realize that, you know. And when you start
Yes, they go
getting
hand in
into
hand.
these, yeah, when you start realizing these connections, you just go like, oh, this makes so much sense now. It's I don't know. To explain, it's very difficult, but you just start understanding yourself and everyone on a whole different level, which is really beautiful. And I think something that like the
And
world
that's
needs now.
every needs it, and that's what, like, the whole point of meditation is, like, you harness your thoughts and you don't suppress them,
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
It's like it's how you deal with them. And it's like, I can be very sad all the time, but why? Everything that is affecting you, ask yourself this one question: why is it
Why?
bothering me? Like, this why will answer a lot of questions, and I think it'll not come directly. Like, I can't just come today and sit like, okay, you know what, this is affecting me, why is it affecting me? I will not realize, which is why meditation is important, because the more you sit with yourself, the more you'll calm yourself. A
Hmm.
person had this question: did meditation help me focus? Definitely, because that's literally what you're doing. You're focusing on one thing, right? It'll help you focus, it will definitely make you calm. And I think everyone needs it. It's like the need of the hour right now. It's like
Exactly.
either you can think about
Totally.
everything that can go right or wrong. It's in your hands. It's literally in your hands what you think. It's very simple to trick our mind. And once you learn
That's
that,
the
I think
thing, which is I feel gratitude, practicing
it's
gratitude on
very
an
important.
everyday basis is so important these days. I make sure that I list 5 things in the morning before, immediately after I wake up and before I go to bed.
Correct.
Because, yeah, it's so important to count your blessings over thinking of all the things that are not working out for
You
you.
don't
Especially,
have.
yeah, you don't want to go to bed thinking
Correct.
about ये नहीं हुआ वो नहीं हुआ ये सब problematic है. Count your blessing, thank the universe for that you're safe and
Exactly.
sound, that your loved ones are safe, that you have a roof over your head, you have table on your food. और क्या चाहिए? Everything else will work out in time.
And it's like, I feel, it's very important to live in the now.
Hmm.
Everyone's
Hmm.
constantly like, मुझे ये चाहिए, ये चाहिए, ये चाहिए. You're not realizing that it will come with time. You need to give things time.
Yeah,
Even
yeah.
meditation, you need to give it time. You can't be like,
You
"Arey,
have to
dude,
be
I
very
meditate."
patient with
Very patient. And there are
meditation.
going to be days like here, you don't feel like it, which is
Yeah.
why that day you're supposed to do it even more. Like, it might be very intoxicating, but maybe just try listening to a mantra, like a chant. It definitely helps. There are so many mantras, like the Gayatri mantra is there, or like Om Namah Shivaya before sleeping, or Om Agasti Shahina before sleeping. That's a beautiful thing to sleep to, or Ang Sang Vahe Guru. These are very soothing, and once you listen to them, and when you start chanting along,
Hmm.
all these sounds. If you go to YouTube, you'll see that they've written vibration, hertz, and this and that,
Yeah,
because
yeah, yeah, yeah.
all these audios have this vibration, which is
Vibration.
why people need to understand there are vibrational energies. And a fun fact, okay, I was reading this book, which I'll also tell you all to read. So the fun fact here is that sexual intercourse is also a type of meditation if done
Oh,
correctly and in a certain way. And
oh.
that's why it's very important. It's very, very important to understand who you exchange these energies with.
Right. I have heard of that.
Like,
Especially
really?
women.
Yeah.
I have heard like women have a tendency to take up the energy because because of the act that is being performed, because you're literally taking a person inside you. So it's way more uh it affects women way more than it affects men. That's what I've heard. Is that true?
I think it's not just that. I don't think it's very, very true, because I think
Okay.
it's a both have energy,
Yes,
and
yes, yes.
the big energy in our body is a sexual energy which drives our creativity as well, right? It's like the whole root chakra and
Yeah, yeah,
sacral
Rucha.
chakra.
Yes, yes.
So it's very important, because what happens is that people feel it's very cool to sleep around. Like, oh my god, I'm so cool, and not realizing, like, if I don't know, like, people can experiment this. Like, if you meet somebody who's very excited and all, and you sleep with them, the next day you'll be like, okay, chill. But over a period of time, if you're going to sleep with someone who's like negative, sad, and all, and just pretending to be happy in front of you, but actually वो बंदा sad, बंदी sad है. You start realizing that you are also being drained and you are being pulled, and you start becoming, irritated, or you'll get anxious and all of that, because these
Yeah,
energies
yeah,
are
yeah.
being, it's like
Exchanged.
science, it's like give and take. So it doesn't matter if you're
Yeah,
a
yeah.
woman or a man or whatever. The energy transfer is the same.
Right.
Like transferring from one body to the other body. So it's very important to understand. And there's a lot of couple yoga, meditation, this and that. So yeah, I mean, sex is a type of meditation, and people need to first understand, not just listen to something. Oh my God, ye nahi, aisa nahi hai. There's this book called 102 Meditations for Self-Realization by Ranjit Chaudhary. Okay, people should get this book. It gets a little intense, of course, but you'll understand meditation a little bit more. You'll understand things, or see, right now we're talking very basic about what meditation is and ye and wo. But when you start reading it, you're like, oh, our everyday activities, like the smallest of the things, can be a form of meditation,
Meditation.
which we
Yeah.
don't know. If we
Like you
don't know, we
can
don't
do the
realize.
dishes
But
and you can meditate, you know. You can just
I'm telling you,
concentrate on how the water is running and how the bubbles are forming, and you can just get so much of joy out of that. I have done that and I just felt happy while doing the dishes. And it's so cool
high five.
because because it's so cool. Like, wow. Yeah.
Happened with me. And I tell you, last year in the lockdown, when the lockdown just began and the maids were like asked not to come, and there was so much work. So like I used to tell my mom कि रात को बर्तन मैं घिसूंगी, but I'll do it once I'm done with work. So at 1 in the night I would go and wash bartan. But the beautiful part was, because it was so quiet, I used to maybe put like halka music or something, or nothing. Just sit and wash the utensils. जितना भी anger है दिन का, वो बर्तन जब आप washing away all the dirt.
Again, some
That's
sort of
something.
physical activity, it's
It's
just
like
releasing it out.
I'm washing away the
Yeah.
dirt. I'm washing away all the tension and stress of my day. So I think it doesn't
Again,
matter.
the outlook, someone could
Correct.
do these dishes like at 1 a.m. after a long, tiring day at work and be like, what the fuck, I have to do all of this now. I'm already so tired, blah, blah, blah. Or you can view it as this, it's just 5-10 minute ka kaam, and I'm gonna put, just consider it as an outlet and just get rid of all my, all
And
the
for this, I
negative.
think acceptance is what is needed, because
Hmm.
I know for a fact for the next 6 months the maid is not going to come. I have to accept it. There is no running away. Now I
Yeah,
accepted it. करना है तो might as well नजरिया बदल दो ना कैसे कर रहे हो. So it's
yeah.
that kind of a thing.
Just making peace with whatever it is the way it is. That's like the most beautiful way of living life, I guess. Like we are constantly trying to control the outcome कि ये ऐसे ही होना चाहिए, this should be like this only, this should work out ऐसे ही, and if it doesn't, we are gonna get upset.
Accepting and attachment. I think once you learn to accept things, and once you let go of these attachment and expectations, things will just be much more like better. Like for me, I know for a fact that, in the entire day, if I'm working, I'm doing yoga, I'm taking workshops, I'm trying to learn something, I'm doing 15 things in a day, but I can still make time for the things I really want.
Yeah.
I can still make time for the things I really want to. I can still take out 1 hour to talk to somebody if I really want to. And here it's not about priorities. People say, it's a priority and this and that. But it's not about priority, it's about your mental state. It's literally because last year when there was so much of pressure, this one person called me and he's like, oh, you know what? It's all about priorities. Like, you wouldn't call me back. I said, see, right now you are sitting at home. I'm not saying you're doing nothing, but you're having a little more peaceful life than what we are going through. After attending 10 calls a day, after working so hard the entire day, at night, this 1 hour is for myself and I don't want to share it with anybody.
Yeah.
So, if you take it as a priority factor, take it, no issues. Like, what can I do? You've already accepted it like that, so theek hai, and there's nothing I can say or do to change. I'm like, right now I'm talking to you. You can either waste your time in telling me all this bullshit or just be here in the moment and talk.
True.
So I think, and after with meditation, when you become more calm, you will understand that, okay, there are certain things that are very important in life. A few people you will always need to make time for, and you will. And of course, there are days when you don't want to and you will not speak to them, and they will understand because they are your people,
They are your
and vice
people.
versa.
Yeah.
Like giving
Yeah.
space to people is very. Everybody wants space, and everybody is like, oh, I don't feel like talking today. But when the same thing happens with the other person, and why are you not talking to me? Like this used to
I
be with
want
me
space,
also,
but
like
I'm not
3-4
comfortable
years
with
back.
giving it to you, kind of a thing. It's so toxic. Like, we can have a whole
Like
different podcast episode on attachments and toxic behaviors and
for sure,
relationships and
I have
how,
a
yeah,
story that I would like to tell you. Yes.
I would love that. Like, I,
Yeah.
I personally, I have realized through self, क्या बोलते हैं, assessment, all this time, from starting from 2020, uh, that I have been a toxic person to many people in many ways, and we do that in a very uh, unconscious way. We
Without
don't want to be that person,
unconscious.
but we do that. So it's very important to understand these things, to educate yourself and also the people you are around and in close relationships with, to these are my boundaries and these are your boundaries. Let's just mutually accept them and just abide by
And I
them.
think this will only come with communication. When you
Then,
communicate what you want,
oh God,
because
people,
nobody is like a ज्योतिष. किसी को पता नहीं चलेगा कि यार
yeah, you cannot
people
mind
go,
read people. I
especially
have
in people go
so
like,
many.
you should know what I'm feeling. I'm like, but how should I know what you're feeling? I can understand you're sad, you're upset, but why are you sad, upset? Tell me, no. I
Yeah,
cannot
yeah,
go into
yeah. It's I always talk about this on my Instagram, it's
yes, communicate.
yeah, it's irritating to see grown ass adults expecting others to mind read their thoughts. Like, how is that possible? Okay, telepathy hota hai, but we are not utna evolved yet. Okay, we can
You're not meditating
consciously
to
do
evolve at
that.
that level now.
Yeah, exactly. So just
Correct.
say it out loud, man. Like, it's just gonna solve so many problems for everyone. So,
Correct. And with this, there's also something called as love languages and a lot of things like a
lot of
conversation.
things.
But
Yes.
it's very important to understand what the other person's love language is. For example, if my love language is I need attention or I need
Quality
verbal
time.
affirmation,
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
yeah, quality time. Maybe for somebody, it might be something like they love receiving gifts.
Gifts.
Like they
Yeah.
love it in the
Mhm.
form of surprises or physical. They can
Yeah, yeah,
like
yeah.
see all. Somewhere it can be like someone is helping you, and that can be their
Acts of
form of
service. Yeah,
or love
yeah.
language. It's very
It's very
different. And I think
important.
once you to
I feel
understand,
ये सारी
accept
चीजें यार, all of this should have been taught to us in schools and stuff. Why
cool.
were we never taught all of this? It's like my
You are taught
life.
this is a triangle because we can't see the triangle.
I know, like, I feel the quality of our lives and the relationships that we had with people would have been so very different and so very positive if we had known all of these things. You could have understood on a much deeper level why this person is acting, why, and then we could have also communicated that I need to be loved this way. So
Correct.
try to love me in this way, and
We
I'll
can't
try
see
to
this.
be,
I
yeah,
think
yeah, yeah.
we pick what we see, and we don't see this in
Hmm.
our Indian house. Nobody actually goes and says, "I love you." Nobody will actually, go and say that.
Hug
Okay, you know what?
thing.
What is upsetting me?
Yeah.
Or these are my boundaries. They'll be like, "अच्छा तुम तो बच्चे हो, तुम 22 साल की हो, तुम्हारे life में क्या problem है?" I was like, "Okay then, cool." They're not gonna understand. Move on. See, I think maybe for our generation especially, it's a very good thing that a lot of people are moving towards spirituality or trying to meditate, try to understand these things, and of course there are equal number of people who are like, oh my god, every 6 months they have a new relationship and they break up and they cry over it and all that
Ek
nonsense.
to, first of all, people have this very weird conception when we say spirituality. They think we are like mala jap rahe hai, bhagwan bhagwan kar rahe hai,
Yeah,
like all of that. I get like I have told people that I'm into spirituality and all, then they have gone, oh my god, really? Like, do you do all of
आपको
these
लाइट
things?
बुद्धा के सामने बैठती है
And I'm like, spirituality is just about finding things
Understanding.
and doing things that make you happy, A, and dusra, understanding yours, making an attempt to understand yourself, other people, and the universe in general on a much deeper level. Like, ये hustle bustle ठीक है, everyday का पैसा, कपड़े, and all is fine. But there's something bigger than that, and we are just trying to explore that.
Very true. Like
Yeah,
in this 1 year of COVID, we've just realized all we need is food. Food भी जितना हम बाहर खाते सब
exactly.
घर पे बनता है. I've like literally lived in my night dress for this 1 year. Right now I'm wearing like a top, but I'm wearing like my pajama pants. You know,
Same,
because
same, same.
it's so comfortable. So I
Yeah,
think
yeah,
it's and today, you know, when people around me they're so affected with the COVID situation, a lot of people are like, Pankti, you're pretty insensitive to things that are happening around you. You know, you are just happy and you're just like this and that. Like, don't you feel bad about things that are happening? And for the very first time in my life, I know it's a very bad situation out there. But I think because I'm mentally calm or like I'm calm from within, what is happening when you try to see it from a third person's view, not from the people, not from government, not from, you know, all these other. Imagine you're a different planet only looking at Earth.
hmm.
See things very differently, and of course it affects. It's not that it doesn't affect, but either I can let it affect me and drain my energy, or I can let it affect me and make me stronger, so that I
Yeah,
can be there for people who can't be strong for themselves. It's literally that
exactly.
simple,
Yeah.
you know,
And
because
then also us being being in these energies, slightly positive energies, and making an attempt to make others happy as much as possible on however minute level, I think it makes quite a lot of difference. Like when
definitely,
it compounds, people like you and me and thousands of other people who are trying to maintain their sanity through this, I feel it compounds and it would help some people on some level. Hopefully, like
it
that is
definitely,
what you're attempting to
definitely
do.
It definitely does, which is why 2 weeks back I had kept this session of chanting, coming
Hmm.
together to heal. Why? Because
Yeah.
again, very few people know this, but meditation and chanting together in large numbers has a very powerful impact. Like there have been scientific researches done, you know, that there are places where the crime rate has gone down, or like the environment has healed, you know,
Oh.
because when you put together the vibrations, the vibes are so strong because everyone is praying together, which is why of course, like, you know, a lot of people when they go to the temple they just go to pray, and I'm somebody who goes to temple very rarely, but this one time when I started understanding things a little more deeper, like after the lockdown thoda khul gaya, I'd gone to the temple that day, and that was the first time because I was practicing yoga meditation in the lockdown, and that's the first time when I went to the temple. It was a very different feeling because I could feel suddenly the energy is so positive because everybody's coming out and they're praying.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like, of course, there are people who don't believe in temples and all that is a different whole jazz. But if you take any
No,
place, like you take
again, then it's in a place where a lot of energy is being. So
energy,
that way, like if you collect a lot of people in a room, where they
exactly.
are, thinking about positive things or hoping or praying for positive outcomes, that in a way again becomes a sort of a temple, not without any sort of idol as such, but then again the energy that it embodies is like that. It's a positive
And it's
one.
very pure. Yeah, like whenever someone tells me that, okay, you know, Bhakti, how are my thoughts going to affect me? Like they're just my thoughts now. Like I can do whatever I want with them. So first of all, our entire lives we live in our mind. And you know, in science we did this experiment. एक रूम में एक प्लांट को रखो, दूसरे रूम में दूसरे प्लांट को रखो, ठीक है, एक को बहुत गालियां दो,
Hmm.
सनलाइट मत दो,
Hmm.
and this plant को keep just, you know, positive talk,
Positive
tell the
thoughts.
plant
Yeah.
strong, you're good, one will bloom and the other one will die.
Yeah. Yeah.
Is what I feel is like our words, our thoughts, is what makes us or breaks us. So when people are like, I'm constantly thinking about all the negative things, you're breaking your own self,
True,
right?
true,
So
true.
it's
And
very
then
important.
again,
Like
your body is getting affected by your thoughts. It's not like there is no connection. If the plant can get affected by some external body saying these things to them, you are saying these things to yourself. You are not being fair to yourself by saying all of these things to yourself. whatever I
That's
had done this post sometime back on my previous account, I guess. Whatever adjective or word you add after the words I am are very important. You can say I
very
am
important.
dumb, I am ugly, I am stupid,
That
and they are going to define you. Or you can say I am smart, I am positive, I am amazing. They
trust,
are going
I
to
love
define you.
myself unconditionally. Exactly. It's the very little things. It's what you feed your
Yeah,
mind.
exactly. And
And
then it's fascinating. I had read somewhere that a normal average human mind has around like 60 to 80,000 thoughts a day, out of which 90% can be negative,
correct.
which is, and I was, when I started observing that, I was blown away. This is like, you're right. I'm looking at myself in the mirror and I'm looking at one thing that is not pretty. That's such a, I guess, a very natural thing, natural tendency, but then you can be aware of that and consciously try to change that.
Again, I just feel it's about acceptance. Like the
Hmm.
more we allow ourselves who we are. Otherwise, it's just like someone told me something, I'm going to get affected and then be like, oh. Well, one more thing I want to share with people to understand how strong meditation is and how powerful mantras and chanting is. Um, so I conducted a session on yoga and meditation for better sleep. Now, all my students are beautiful; they sleep off. But she has a dog, and she very is very beautiful and very kind of her to tell me this that I think today's session while you were meditating, my dog does not sleep at this time. My dog came next to me and he was meditating and he slept off while chanting. Yeah, and I think animals have this sense where they can sense vibrations much more pehle before
Yeah,
human beings,
yeah,
right? So
yeah.
there's an earthquake coming or there's anything. Animals and birds are the first ones to understand. So you understand the you know intensity of these mantras. You realize that it will affect your body. It'll rewire your brain, and it'll put you to sleep. It'll put you in a good mood. It'll like even Hanuman Chalisa and stuff like that. It plays in my house every day morning, and it's a very
Hmm.
peaceful environment. Good vibes are passing around and all of that.
Yeah, 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 yeah.
Otherwise, it can be like you can just sit and throw tantrums and everything negative. I mean, it's on you. It's
Exactly.
literally
It's
on you.
all you, the habits that you have, the thoughts that you have, and the little things that you do throughout the day that are just going to determine your current state and the future that is, coming. So,
Definitely. And this one very simple message to everyone out there who feels that, oh, I'm so cool, I have like a lot of friends, and I'm there for everybody and this and that. But at the end of the day, these people who go home and who feel that they are useless. I know a
hmm.
lot of people. They might be like very good looking, they might be the best human being here, there, yahan, wahan, everybody loves them. But at the end of the day, they don't love themselves. They go home, they feel they don't deserve enough. They feel that, okay, you know what? Nahi, I am this, I am that. But why does that happen? When you are with people, you love them unconditionally. But what happens when it comes to loving yourself? And it really hurts to see that people don't love themselves. It's not about being a narcissist or being like, oh, I, me, myself. That's very different.
No, no,
But
it's not. Yeah.
loving yourself is accepting yourself the way you are. Like, my sister sometimes tells me, Pankti, oh my God. Like when I was young, I used to play a lot. Like I used to be a smart person. I used to run around, fall, yahan, wahan. So I have like a lot of scars and, wounds, all these nishans and stuff, like on my legs and this and that. My sister will be like, Pankti, ugh. I'm like, listen, I've lived my life, okay? What is Pankti? Ugh. Nothing wrong about it. I mean,
Yeah.
I love my scars. I've fallen, like I've met in accidents, random. I have like crooked fingers or whatever. But I think that's what makes me unique, right? I don't need some validation from some third person. Ki like, oh my god, you're so good.
But people actually, like for me myself, even when I was in college, I had all these stage fright and a lot of issues back then. And it
I
all
knew a very
that
different money back then.
very different,
I knew a
exactly.
very different money.
And I was like that until 2020. I'm telling you, 2020 just changed the entire game for me.
I'm glad
And
it did.
yeah, I'm also so glad. And but I understand, how it can be tough for people to love themselves and to accept themselves. And to them, I would just say that I can understand, but then these little things, like even meditating has, and then the problem with people who lack self love is that they also lack in the effort to do things that would help them feel loved, you know. Like they don't make the attempt, they just don't feel that they are worth doing that. I had that problem, you know. So, but then you have to, for a few days, zabardasti bitwao khud ko. Respect yourself enough is what I say. You know, if not love, just
Then
respect yourself
it's
enough that
all
you're,
you need.
yeah. It's so important because these little things, when you do, you'll start realizing that you are worth something and that you can do, you are capable of amazing things. And that external validation is not necessary when it you have that internal validation within yourself. So, okay, let's move on to next question. If we haven't, I'll just check if we haven't. Okay, I was very intrigued on this question. Have you had any, because people have some intense meditation experiences. Have you had any fun or bizarre or spiritual meditation experiences that you would like to share?
Okay, so I don't practice meditation every day, to be very
Okay.
honest, because I feel like sitting in one place and doing all that is not something that I do every day. Of course, but
Hmm.
listening to a mantra or a chant in the morning when I wake up, I'll go sit on my swing and I'll listen, and that's meditation for me because I'm still focusing on that one thing, right? So, in my sessions, like I ask everybody to turn off their lights for a better experience. So sometimes we are on a cloud, sometimes we are in the middle of the forest, sometimes we are yeah, wow. So I think the best part was when we were doing our chakra meditations.
Hmm.
Okay? And there's this point where we had to go in the middle of the ocean and we were visualizing the sunset. Everything was orange. We had to let go of all the bad things, or our bodies were just floating in water and we can feel the warmth. And I think the best part about visualization is that the more you practice it, the more detailed you can feel
Yeah.
the experience. I could feel myself being in the water. I could feel the warm water. I could hear the like tense sound. I could smell the air, and I could just visualize. Like even though my room is dark, everything in my head is orange. You know, that was one. One was I think when I was listening to Sadhguru's meditation, and I was like climbing up a mountain once, and I was very tired also. And I was like, oh, I just want to, like calm down. I slept off.
Okay.
And after an hour when I woke up, it's still going on. It went to another meditation, some third meditation. I was like, oh, meditation is very powerful. And again, one more, when we had to release all our anxieties and fears and question ourselves who we are. So it's very beautiful to question these things to yourself, because sometimes when you question yourself who you are, you have no answer. You're like, shit,
You'd be
who are
like, I am a content writer, I'm like this, I'm that. Like you'll define
matter?
yourself with all of these material things, or
Correct.
in context of your relationships with people, I am inka daughter, I am iski behan, like that. But who are you exactly? Like
It'll never come
leaving
down
all of
to
these
what
aside.
are my values, or how I feel. So in the meditation, it went like piece by piece. It's like you come in a room, you let go of all these things that are pulling you back. You
Hmm.
strip all these external things, like your titles and your
Yeah,
friendships with
yeah,
people,
yeah.
whatever. Now there is a single thing. And at that point of time in that meditation, I could just see a soul. There was no body. It's like this energy that has no face, but that physical structure, not physical structure, but that soul, the body that was there. It just had a smile that smiled back. And these are the experiences you will feel when you start meditating more detail may, or when you
Yeah.
learn how to focus.
No, so I feel really cute stuff on some meditations, like I'm meditating and I'll feel like a peck on my cheek, or like someone is hugging me, or like someone is running their head, like a hand over my head. And it just feels so, I feel so loved. Like, there's some sort of, I don't know if you believe in spirit guides and all of that. And I just feel like, I'm in touch with them, or that someone is like looking after me and they're just like sending me
Yes.
love. And physical affection is not a very big thing in my household, so I've always craved for that. So I feel, that while meditating, I just get like a dose of it, which I absolutely love. So
I have one thing to tell you. If you
yeah,
crave this, put your arms outside.
ऐसे?
Now hug yourself. And
Yeah.
hug yourself like a lot.
Yes.
Yourself. Because it's
Okay.
very important. It's very important. But I really like, how, see, like this whole visualizing. Like if you feel a peck, how real is it? If you feel
Very
somebody touching your hair,
real.
how real is it? So
It's so
exactly. And I
nice.
think that will come.
Yeah, it
Yes.
comes with practice.
The
In
other
the
is
beginning, I used to just feel restless. Like पाँच मिनट का टाइमर लगा और हम like 5 मिनट कब खत्म होगी कितना टाइम हुआ है कितना टाइम हुआ yeah
exactly.
and then I feel it also mirrors the kind of emotions you are feeling because a while back I was feeling very restless during my like a weird thing in my stomach and then I realized धीरे धीरे that I'm suppressing a sort of emotion in relation to a relationship and then I realized that oh I need to confront this in order to stop that restlessness. So I addressed that on some level and वो थोड़ा सा it has stopped. And I love how meditation can mirror you and just give you a deeper insight into what you're feeling. Because कभी कभी
So,
पता ही नहीं चलता यार what exactly is bothering me. I am feeling irritated, okay,
I'll
but
tell
क्यों? Like
so
people always
I'll tell
talk
you
about
one
these
thing.
mood swings and and they are real, okay,
Bakwas.
especially. And no, like when you're
But
PMSing or stuff like that, it's real, okay. But I hate it when people like I used to be that person throwing tantrums just because I'm PMSing, but I am not that person anymore. Like I can control them on some level.
it's okay to feel.
Yeah,
Even I feel restless and this and that. But either you can be like, oh my god, like you know what? I want.
exactly.
You don't need to do
Exactly.
that.
Yeah, that
You
you
don't
don't
need to
have to be so dramatic. You can take care of yourself.
like.
You if nature has given you this gift, it has also given you the gift of handling it altogether. You never I read this somewhere that you are never given a problem that you cannot handle.
Handle.
So always
Correct.
know that. Yeah, always know that. Every problem, and it's just not mood swings. It's like whatever life throws at you, you are equipped to deal with it, and that's why life has thrown it
Exactly.
at you. Exactly. Yeah.
Like you just mentioned, right? Like you could feel it in your stomach because there was something bothering you. We did this very beautiful meditation. Like
Hmm.
it was mindful meditation. Like I mentioned earlier, every part of your body you scan and analyze. So
Yeah,
the
yeah.
whole idea with meditation was, I spoke about different emotions. I spoke about happiness. I told people that imagine one such an incident where you're very happy, okay, and then you see in your body where you feel it and how you feel it. Like there was this one part where it was joy. I could hear myself dancing to holy songs out of nowhere. I
Yeah.
feel it. And when you feel sad, you can feel your chest is getting heavy, your throat is getting this lump. You can feel it. Which is why it's very important to do this, mindful meditation where you're scanning your body. Once you know what emotion is getting stored in which place of your body,
Place.
it gets easier to deal with it or to handle with it. Again, even on chakras now, there are a lot of books, and if you read about it, it's very beautiful. You have this kundalini, this white energy that runs from your
From
spine,
your
and
spine too. Yeah, yeah.
which is why, like I said, right, sexual intercourse is also kind of a meditation because, like there are certain positions when you do it, this kundalini is awakened, and
Hmm.
that's where the energy transformation takes place. But of course, with meditation, also the beautiful part is that your subconscious mind also learns how to become calm and understand how to feel things, because it was very fun. Recently I had this dream where I met this one person randomly and we were talking, and it was so real because I could feel the person breathing next to me. I could
Those
feel the person's touch,
yeah.
your hand touch, okay?
I know.
And
I've
I
had
woke
those.
up.
They're
Yeah,
so
and it's like,
intense.
and I think it's
It's
also
like
because maybe right now we crave for touch or we crave to meet somebody in these times.
could
But
be, but I also
meditation is,
like to believe that on some level you are actually meeting them on some dimension. Like I feel that dreams are a gateway to. I love that
Maybe
those ideas. I am all for, sign me up for all the bizarre ideas in the world. I am up for them. Yeah,
you know, you and me, we'll not think these are bizarre. We'll be like, oh, we want to, analyze this. We want to understand this more because
totally.
know that.
I have this whole morning routine. I wake up, five things that I am grateful for, five, then I have my affirmations, I have them recorded. I just plug them in and I listen to them because your subconscious mind is most impressionable
Correct.
during
But
these
you're
times
so there.
as soon as you
Correct.
wake up. Yeah. So that, and then I just try to recall my dreams, whatever. Because dreams are cues to, at least on some
Yes.
level, ke what's going on in your subconscious mind. So sometimes I'm able to decode them, and sometimes, like, what the hell just happened? But I just love all of these ideas, dreams are a gateway to something else, and then that you can actually meet
Definitely.
people.
I think I have this theory, or like I look at it this way that, like, how we mentioned that we are not our mind and we are not our body, we're just a
Hmm.
soul. So maybe in our dreams, maybe when we meet this person, this one person, like suppose if this one person who I met in my dream, it was so real, right?
Yeah.
Maybe that person did not have that dream, but I believe that maybe some third person around the world might have had the same dream because the body is a container. A soul needs a
Hmm.
body.
Yeah.
Maybe
Yeah.
your
Yeah.
soul came into this person's body to meet me, and it might have happened because I'm not sure. Like, I always tell people whoever I meet, and I was like, if people want to understand who I am, please watch the show called Sense Eight.
Okay.
When I watched this,
What is it about?
yeah. So the first episode is sort of like lamba, and you will not realize, but when you get into it, for a second I felt like, okay, shit, there's somebody out in the world who's thinking just the way I am. The whole point is that I am in India. Suppose you are in Iceland, and
I wish.
I wish to, but it talks about how souls are connected
Hmm.
and how some people are gifted that they feel this on such a strong level that they can connect with souls from around the world. And it's a story about
Wow.
8 beautiful people
Wow.
who are in different countries and different places. They've not met each other, but like for example, if I'm fighting someone here, and in Iceland someone is trying to attack you, and you are someone who is scared and you don't know how to fight, but because
Hmm.
I'm fighting and moving, the energy is so strong and real that it, like, when you close your eyes you feel it, and then whatever moves I am doing here, you are doing it there, and you're fighting,
Oh.
and the
Well,
souls are so strong.
I feel so dumb for saying this right now, but this reminds me of Judwa too.
No, but like Jodhpur, but it's way
Yeah,
better. And I'm not
thank
kidding.
God.
That show, I cried when it ended. The last episode I was thinking, because all these beautiful people when they met in real life, oh, it was
Oh my
it was
God.
amazing. Like in the show itself,
I
like how we met
Yeah, I
and
have had a few people that I just met and there was this instant recognition. Like you don't know that person, you're meeting them for the first time, but you feel like you know them on
exactly. It's
some
very
level.
easy not to be with
Yeah,
them.
yeah, yeah. And then it's just so safe and it's triggering on some level, but it's also very safe and it's also feeling like loving energies or whatever. And it's so nice and it's I
It's
cannot
very
help but think that that it's a soul recognition kind of a thing. Or क्या हो सकता है? How else can you explain this? You have never met that person.
I'll
Yeah,
tell you why this happens. Like
hmm.
what I believe, it might
Huh.
be true, not might be true.
Okay.
You understand yourself, no? When you understand who you are, you understand your vibe.
Hmm.
That's when you start like it all starts from within,
Yeah.
right? Like if today I am calm, I can help someone else be calm. But if I am very chaotic in my mind and I'm taking a meditation workshop, I'm like, guys, meditate. Nahi hoga. It all starts from within, right? So this happened when I was traveling in March. So there's this thing with me that I'm useless that way, maybe, I don't know. But I can talk to anybody, and I have this habit of just I can walk up to strangers and I can talk to them. And why it works out, because when I speak to someone for the first time, like I said, like with vibes I can understand who I can trust and who I cannot trust, which is why when I travel I meet a lot of people, and I know what kind of a conversation I can have with this person. I know what kind of a bond I have with this person. I have this one person, we connected so much. And even today, we talk like literally every day. And my sister gets scared sometimes. She's like, Pankaj, you talk to people like how? Like, if you're on a, like, even on a dating app for that matter, like, so how do you talk to people randomly? I said, what is the problem? I said, just because you're on a dating app does not mean you have to date. I'm just trying to talk to people.
Yeah.
Sometimes you connect. You might actually end up being really good friends with some people.
Exactly.
Feel कि यार dating app पे मिले हैं तो we have to only some scene us to be there. But
Exactly.
I think I had this one guy come and tell me, Pankti, you know what? I'm just looking for a friend. I'm new in the city. I'm like, high five. And it was so beautiful because when we met, even he was into spirituality, even I was into spirituality, and it's a very safe space, you know. And even today we're really good.
Honestly, it's difficult to find people to talk spirituality with. Like most of the friends that I have, they're not interested. Like I try to bring up these conversations here and there, but then you understand that they're not interested. मैं क्यों bore करूँ? It's like being Ross in the group and just talking about dinosaurs all the time. क्यों करूँ? Why do I put you through that? But then when you cut, and that's why I feel that we cannot stop talking today because we just have so many things to talk about.
And it always builds, one thing after the other, and it's very important because
that is how great conversations work anyway, I feel like.
Very true. And sometimes you can talk to somebody the entire night. Like, I think that's why I love solo traveling, because I've sat with people, I've spoken to them the entire night, and the conversations have been beautiful. We've sung songs together, we've danced, we've just been there like in silence. And when you come back, there is no expectation. You don't come back, oh my god, best friends are. You meet someone, like you have this beautiful moment, you're back. And these moments all together is what, makes you realize there are so many souls out there who are figuring out who they are. And, it's beautiful. And, I met a lot of people for the very first time. It was very weird that a lot of them meditated. So it was so good because I could have conversations with them. And the whole night we sat and just
it's also the kind of energy you give out. You on some level also manage to attract the same kind of people. So it's not a coincidence that you actually met people who meditate, because you are giving out that energy. On some level you are bound to attract that. So that's great.
Whoever I met, like the very first time you encounter like somebody, you have a conversation with them, I would be like, oh hi, this is me and this is what I need, and whatever, in the hostel for that matter. But once you're chill, you start having a conversation with one person, second person, third person. And sometimes, we tend to judge. We're like, oh, that person, I feel ki, pata nahi. But when you speak to them, we're like, oh, I feel somewhere we judge a lot as well. So with meditation, that judgment goes away. Like everybody is who they are. And until you communicate or put out who they are, then you can't just judge. So.
And then I feel people also take time to ease up. As a person, like being myself, I take a lot of time to ease up around people. So I can totally understand if someone is having a difficult time doing that themselves. So I always try to be as non-judgmental as possible, like look at someone with as much empathy as possible and to just put myself in their shoes, मतलब क्या मिलेगा judge करके? You are just
you just allow that person to be who they are, like you said, without judging them or like, oh my god, let them be who they are. And I think that is something that a lot of us lack, that we are not able to create this space for people, which is very difficult for certain people to be with, or certain people, for them it's very difficult to come to you. Like sometimes I have people who can just come to me out of the blue, like this one person who I talk to every day now, like we're like the best of friends. That person approached me out of nowhere on Instagram just to tell me that, I appreciate what you're doing through yoga and meditation, and I feel good vibes from your page just by looking at it, right? And now reading this message, I know it was not a flirt message. I know it was not somebody just complimenting or
you get up, you understand, you get the idea. Like this is a genuine compliment, and this is just this person trying to create a way to just open a passageway or whatever, something of that sort. You just get the idea. And
Correct. And
it's
like,
then that
there
I
is
feel fishy, then I'd be like, thank you, and that is where I stop the conversations. But if I feel like it's a genuine compliment, I will talk to you. It's as simple as that.
And I think for that matter, even sending out compliments, like being a girl, people are thinking, how can you send compliments to strangers? Because a lot of sponsored ads keep coming, and I've like seen so many people who sing so beautifully, be it girls or guys, and I've taken the effort to like just put out a message saying, you know what, even if they have 10,000 followers or like 1 million followers, there's no harm in sending. If they see it, great. Don't see it, it's fine. But like a lot of people have seen it and have reverted back saying, okay, I needed to hear this today, or
Yeah,
thank you for putting this out, you know.
yeah,
And there's no
yeah.
expectation like, okay, now that I've complimented, now let's start talking every day and be best friends. It's never like that. It's just in
No, if
that
you
moment you
like
felt
something, what's the harm in complimenting people? Like, itna
what
kya sochna? I don't understand. Like, how is
it's
that going to affect you in any way? You might just make somebody else's day. Just be nice and be kind. Compliment whenever you feel like it and accept compliments. People get so weird when someone compliments them. Ki, no, 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 that is not me. La, 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 la. I'm like, you are amazing. Why would you not take that compliment? Just accept
no.
that.
Sometimes like for me, it's like difficult to accept compliments. Like people give me compliments, and I know it's true. I will not say, oh my god, no, nahi, ye to main nahi. I would just be like, okay, thanks, cool, let's end it. You
हाँ
know.
हाँ और क्या like at least accept you don't do this nah 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 nee that's not true at all or you
ये
being like over
बकवास
yeah exactly ये सब करने की जरूरत नहीं है like accept it
है
because
यार.
you are amazing you are putting out that energy there and people are seeing that noticing that
People notice and people feel it. There is a reason why they are feeling it, right?
yeah
And
exactly if you're looking pretty today yeah own it you're looking pretty today yes
हाँ, you look pretty
वैसा
today.
Thank you. So do you. You always look pretty, वैसे. Like I
हाँ,
remember in college, I used to just adore Pankti is so pretty. I used to do that. You and
okay,
Shruti were my girl crushes. Shruti, if you
okay.
remember, yeah.
I
I
know.
hope she
Yeah.
listens to this. I don't know.
Shruti was
I've
in my
told her
school,
many
no?
times though. Sorry.
Yeah, Shruti was in my school.
Yeah, I didn't know that. She
She
is
was in
one
my
of the
school.
few
Yeah.
people that I am in touch with
Yes.
in college.
She
So
like with her, you know, she like randomly send something on my story, be
she
like,
is
oh, this is
such a
what I
sweet
did.
person.
Very sweet person.
This I think I should just tell her, Shruti, we are going to discuss you for a minute or so. So
We'll
just
tag
listen
her.
to this
Have
podcast.
good
Okay,
vibes.
okay. Yes, totally.
Yeah.
Okay.
Are
What
there any more
else do we have
questions?
here? Huh?
Uh, are there any more questions?
Yeah, so there are two questions that I got from Instagram. What would be the best time to meditate? The guy asked if um should I start my day on a good note or should I end my day on a good note?
Perfect question. Perfect question. So when you start, also because you cannot sit and meditate for 20, 30 minutes at a stretch, start your day with 5 minutes and end your day with 5 minutes. That's literally because when you wake up and you start your day on a calm note, it's very important, but it's also very important to end your day. Which is why when I do night yoga workshops, people are like, how do you do yoga at night? It's so against yoga. I said, it's nothing about nice and against and this and that. It's about being getting like letting go of this rigidity कि ये
Yeah,
इसी वक्त
what
पे
is
होता है
this?
वक्त पे
What?
yeah because I feel yoga and meditation is supposed to be done before bed as well because the entire day ka stress and everything that you take and when you sleep with this energy you know sleeping when you sleep your body is so calm that it has the most power to attract energies so you
Hmm.
sleep go to bed sad or when you go to bed with so much of exhaustion you will see that you're just twisting and tumbling in bed and you don't have that deep sleep. So always meditate when you wake up for 5 minutes and before sleeping 10 minutes, you can, like I said, you can focus on your breath in the morning when you wake up. And while sleeping, just listen to chants because it's much more easier to be with. And
Yeah,
chanting,
just fall
if it's a
asleep to
10 minute
that.
audio, not,
Yeah.
and you will not realize that you're sitting for 10 minutes. And one thing, don't look at the clock. Do as much as
Hmm.
you can. Even when you start, you
Same.
can focus on it for
Yeah.
1 minute. Do it. You know, taking that first step is like what is so important. And when people take that first step towards something for themselves, I think they are winning. So it's very
Totally. And
simple.
then I think that's the thing, taking that first step. And eventually you won't even realize that, oh, should I become a meditator now? Like I meditate every day. Like, how did this happen? It just becomes a part of you eventually. And there would
Yes.
be days where you would just be like, oh, आज meditate नहीं किया यार. I feel like doing that. It's like
Because it becomes a
just
habit.
becomes a part of your routine. Yeah, yeah. It's not like you have to convince yourself that you have to do this. It's like brushing. It's
Correct.
just something that you do for
Do.
yourself.
Correct.
Yeah.
And also
The
during the day,
Mhm.
also sorry to cut you. Even
Mhm.
during the day, there's no harm in if you're working and exhausted. Take a minute for yourself and just breathe. There are
So
1 minute meditation where they guide you to take a deep breath, breathe out, breathe in, breathe out, because then your heart rate is, coming down,
yeah,
your
yeah.
mind is calming down. So it's very important to start your day and end your day also with like calmness and awareness and all of that. So when you are new to meditation, you want to start, do 5 minutes in the morning, 5 minutes in the night. During the day, if you feel you need it, take it. So many audios are available on YouTube, like 10 million, billion, trillion audios.
So many, so many. Yeah, yeah.
And if somebody is going through something like they're very negative all the time while working, there is so much of stress. There are a lot of audios on YouTube where they go for 5-6 hours. It's just called positive cleansing the air music, and it's just music. But I felt it when I used to work so
Hmm.
much. I used to play this music in my ears and earphones, and I can sit in one place and work for 6 hours straight, 7 hours straight, 8 hours straight
Yeah,
because it
just
is
plug the
so
music
calming.
in and let it do its work. I have experienced that and it really works. Really works. Yeah.
And this is just instrumental music. It's not about lyrics and all of that. It's just
Hmm.
the vibration
Yeah.
that you can feel, and it's a good place to be in. So yeah, I
Yeah.
think people should do.
Just believe that it can help you. Like
Allow,
when you
believe.
believe, yeah, it's like placebo effect on some level. If you believe that it's going to work out, it's going to work out. And that is how I
It
feel you should approach life also. Like, this is going to work
like
out for me. Why would it not? I'm not sent
people
here to live a sad life.
in COVID, I feel and people are gonna keep thinking, I'm scared, I'm scared. I know the situation is very scary. I know the situation is really sad, and there's only a certain amount of things that doctors can do and everything.
Hmm.
Chamatkar. Of course, that's a very different thing. But when you accept or when you give up, it's you who decides that.
Yeah.
Of course, it's not easy in that moment. Okay, we have not been there. We don't know. We've
Hmm.
been in different situations, of course, and we've hit rock bottom. We've been in that sad space, so we know how tough it is. But it's not impossible. It's just a matter of allowing,
Exactly.
accepting, and letting go.
And trusting that it's going to be eventually okay. You
We-
probably don't see the light at the end of the tunnel right now, but it's there. Believe us,
Yeah,
it's there. Like with Chotu dot, it's just going to become bigger, 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 bigger. And for all
then
you know,
you'll only
you're
need.
just going to be, yeah, it's just going to be light for you after that. So,
Yep.
okay. The next question: how do you deal with the negative emotions and thoughts that come up while meditating?
Again, meditation is focusing on one thing, and again, like I've literally covered this entire thing. It's like you just need to allow yourself to feel them. Negative, like I said, thoughts are gonna keep coming. When negative thoughts keep coming, ask yourself, why is this thought coming to me?
Hmm.
Right?
Hmm.
If you are generating negative thoughts on purpose, like, okay, you know what, ये तो खराब ही होगा. Then do this activity where wake up in the morning, sit in your sacred space or like very quiet space for 5 minutes and just tell yourself affirmations are very important. Tell yourself, I am proud of myself. I am a strong person. I love myself. I can achieve whatever I put my mind to. And just affirmations helps so much.
I know.
And negative thoughts are going to be there. Nobody
Yeah,
can
yeah, yeah.
stop them. I have them, but my approach towards them is different. I say, you want to come, you come. We'll chill. Then you have to leave. It's like having chai with your thoughts. Let
Yeah,
them
it's
come.
just
There are good thoughts.
understanding that they are again temporary here, and this too shall
Correct.
pass
And you
kind of
need
a
the bad.
approach.
Yeah. You need the bad. You need the negative to value the good. If everything is going to be good,
Exactly.
you will not value it.
And then again, it's so crucial to not judge yourself for feeling a particular way. I feel the biggest problem
Exactly.
is that we think of something and then we judge ourselves for thinking that, and then we feel more bad about judging ourselves for thinking that. It's just like a loop. So don't judge yourself, it's just what you're feeling and it's valid, but just remind yourself that you can distance yourself from that. I think it's all
Correct.
about,
Like,
yeah.
like I saw this a lot from people like Funky, you are always happy. So there are of course times that I want to be sad. I purposely want to be sad. Let me be sad. I don't want to talk to anybody. I don't want to reply to anybody. It's my decision. So if I'm talking without emoticons or whatever. People are like, okay, there's something wrong with you. I'm like, what happened? Like, no, this is not you. I'm like, it's okay. There are bad days. How can you be sad? I'm like, I'm
Arey
human,
yaar.
duh. So I mean, it doesn't matter. Maybe people have this assumption, okay, you are so energetic and you are so this. I am. But of course, if I don't allow myself to be sad, I don't allow myself to feel everything and not be able to appreciate the good. And of course, at the end of the day, the mindset is positive, but it'll get better. So even if I fall down, I cry, whatever, I know it's not forever. Everything in life is temporary. Everything. Every breath is also very temporary. We just take it for granted.
Yeah, yeah.
Yep.
I think this is like a very good note to end this conversation now. I can also hear my mom has started the mixer, so
Same. I was like, oh shit.
yeah. Oh God. Our moms are on the same frequency, I guess, today. So doing
Same
things at the
tendency,
same
same
time.
wave, yeah.
Yeah.
But
But
it was really nice talking to you.
same
I hope
here,
we
yeah.
do more.
I hope
We
like
can talk about
someday,
different.
definitely we'll next time maybe we'll talk about boundary setting in relationships and all, because that is something that I want to talk about on my podcast, and it would be nice to have like someone to chip in. So we'll do
Sure.
that for sure.
Definitely.
Yeah. After this, Pankti and I literally went on discussing relationships for like 15-20 minutes. I did not include that in this episode because I thought it would be more suited to create a whole different podcast episode on relationships itself. I have been meaning to do this for a while now, and I hope to get Pankti back on the show to discuss the same again. Anyway, I hope you enjoyed listening to this one, and if you have any questions or any sort of queries, do reach out to us on Instagram. And thanks again for tuning in. Lots of love.